The Ramada Hotels U18 Women's Championship, presented by the Optimist Clubs of Saskatchewan, saw a deep field competing for the right to represent Saskatchewan at the National Championship in Sherwood Park, Alberta. In true triple knockout format, Team Madison Kleider of the Sutherland Curling Club won the A event, and Team Emily Hopstein from the Weyburn Curling Club won both the B and C events, which set up a playoff situation in which Team Kleider would have to beat Team Hopstein twice in order to advance. The first game was a back and forth affair that Team Kleider took 7-6. In the second game, a sudden death final, Team Hopstein drew to the button on their last shot for a 7-5 victory and the provincial championship. At the Nationals, Team Saskatchewan finished pool play at 4-2 and was just shy of the medals. Congratulations, Skip Emily Hopstein, third Shayla Moore, second Emma Weens, lead Abby Johnson, and coaches Danette Tracy and Claire Johnson from the Weyburn Curling Club. On the men's side of the Ramada Hotels U18 Championship, presented by the Optimist Clubs of Saskatchewan, 3 different event winners prevailed. Damon Bernath of the Sutherland Curling Club winning the A event, Dalton Wasden of the Spiritwood Curling Club capturing the B event, and defending champ Jaden Bindig, representing the Wadena Remax Curling Club, hung on to win the C event. The semi-final saw Team Bindig win their 4th consecutive sudden death game by a score of 7-4, setting up a rematch of the A event final with Team Bernath. 2019 saw Team Bindig capture their 2nd title with a score of 5-2. At the National Championship, Team Saskatchewan finished pool play at 3-3, good enough to make the playoffs, but lost a tight 7-6 decision to Nova Scotia to be eliminated from the competition. Congratulations, Skip Jaden Bindig, 3rd Nathan Pomedley, 2nd Braden Fleischhacker, and lead Ethan Nygaard, and coach Vern Anderson from the Wadena Remax Curling Club. In its inaugural year, Abby Johnson, Braden Fleischhacker, and coach Claire Johnson, representing the Weyburn Curling Club, dominated the competition with a 7-0 record and a convincing 7-3 win in the final over Rihanna Kish and Cody Sutherland from the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon. Congratulations to Abby Johnson, Braden Fleischhacker, and coach Claire Johnson to be the first ever U18 CURLSASK mixed doubles provincial champions. The 2019 CURLSASK Women's Club Curling Championship delighted in a perfect round-robin record for Team Tracy from the Weyburn Curling Club. Team Tracy had a 6-4 win over Team McMillan in the semi-final, and we headed for a barn burner against Team Yachu in the final. Both of these skips knew the taste of winning and wanted that again. Things were looking up for Team Yachu until Team Tracy stole in both the 6th and 7th ends, clinching the provincial championship. Team Tracy will now represent Saskatchewan in Leduc, Alberta, November 25th to 30th at the National Championship. Good luck to Skip Danette Tracy, 3rd Jade Bloor, 2nd Shelby Sidlowski, and lead Callie Banco. On the men's side of the CURLSASK Club Curling Championship, Teams Grindheim of the Sutherland Curling Club and Team Goudreau of the Humboldt Curling Club advanced to the playoffs from Pool A, while Pool B was a logjam. Team Desaulniers of the Melfort Curling Club battled through 2 tiebreaks and a semi-final to reach the final. Their win streak would come to an end, however, as Team Goudreau would prevail with a 7-3 victory and the provincial title. Team Goudreau will also represent Saskatchewan in Leduc in November at the National Championship. Good luck and good curling to skip Aaron Goudreau, 3rd Jason Schlachter, 2nd Tom Johnson, and lead Joel McDonald. The CURLSASK Saskatchewan Junior Women's Curling Championship saw a mix of youth and experience competing for the title of provincial champion. 2-time defending champion Team Sarah England lost their first game before winning the next 6 in a row, defeating Team Skylar Ackerman 5-3 in the final and earning a berth to the New Holland Canadian Junior Championships in Prince Albert. Team Skylar Ackerman earned the right to compete as host team with this runner-up finish. a great experience for that young team. Team Saskatchewan, hailing from the Cali Curling Club in Regina, finished the championship pool with a 5-5 record for a 6th place finish overall. Congratulations, skip Sarah England, 3rd Rachel Erickson, 2nd Sarah Hogue, lead Jade Gable, and coach Jamie Schneider. Starting with 24 teams at the 2019 CURLSASK Mixed Provincial Championships in Estevan, 8 playoff qualifiers were whittled down to 2 as Team Hartung faced off against Team Meacham in the final. A close game was broken open with 3 consecutive stolen ends, resulting in a 7-2 victory for Team Meacham from the Swift Current Curling Club. Team Meacham will now represent Saskatchewan at the 2020 Canadian Mixed Curling Championships in Saguenay, Quebec. Good luck and good curling to skip Sean Meacham, 3rd Kelly Schaefer, 2nd Chris Heikert, and lead TJ Heikert from the Swift Current Curling Club. In the increasingly popular event, we saw a hot playdown in Saskatchewan for the CURLSASK Mixed Doubles Championship. Jill DeGoyer and Garrett Springer from the Regina Highland Curling Club had a perfect week, going 5-0 in pool play and 3-0 in the playoffs. Defeating defending champs Sheilyn Kitts and Braden Stewart in the final, Jill and Garrett became our 2019 Provincial Mixed Doubles champions. At the Canadian Championship in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Team Saskatchewan narrowly missed the playoffs, finishing with a very respectable 4-3 record in a crazy difficult pool. Congratulations, Jill and Garrett. It was a Canada Winter Games year. 6 women's and 6 men's teams qualified for the Canada Games trials held in North Battleford in December, playing for the right to represent Saskatchewan at the Canada Winter Games held in Red Deer this past February. The provincial trial format was round robin, followed by semi-final and final action. Men's play saw Team Bernath from the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon coasting through the trials final, while Team Gervais of the Chrono Curling Club faced off against Team Sutherland from the Twin Rivers Curling Club in the semi. Following an 8-4 victory over Team Sutherland, Team Gervais was off to the final, where they controlled much of the play and were rewarded with a 6-3 victory and the Green Jackets. In Red Deer, Alberta, Team Sask finished round-robin play in 8th position, narrowly missing the playoffs. Congratulations to skip Brecklin Gervais, 3rd, James Home, and 2nd, Josh Donay, lead Andrew Myers, and coach Marcia Gooderite from the Chrono Curling Club. At the end of the Canada Winter Games trials women's round robin, 3 teams had separated themselves for the playoff run. One down, with last rock in the last end of the semi-final, Team Skylar Ackerman scored 3, defeating Team Hopstein, and advanced to the final to take on Team Kleider. The final game was a nail-biter, with Team Kleider scoring 3 in the final end to tie the game and force an extra. Team Ackerman, representing the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Center, persevered and advanced as Team Sask. Finishing 5th overall in the round-robin play at the National Championship, Team Saskatchewan made the playoffs, but were eliminated by Nova Scotia, falling just shy of the medals. Congratulations, and thank you for representing Saskatchewan so well. Skip Skylar Ackerman, 3rd Madison Johnson, 2nd Chantel Hogue, lead Samantha McLaren, and coach Patrick Ackerman. Brotherly Love formed a new team this year to take the 2019 SaskTel Men's Provincial Tankard. Team Kirk Myers from the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon was the A event qualifier. Team Matt Dunstone from the Highland Curling Club won the B event, and Team Dice from the Fox Valley Curling Club and Team Hartung from the Nutana Curling Club were the C event qualifiers. Team Dunstone advanced to the final with a 7-4 win over Team Myers, but Myers rebounded with a tight 7-6 victory on last rock against Team Dice to set up the rematch. In a super stressful and close final, first-year skip Kirk Myers let go of the last rock, and his front end took it to the forefoot for a single point in the 10th end to defeat Team Dunstone for the provincial title. At the Tim Hortons Briar in Brandon, Manitoba, Team Sask finished pool play at 4-3 and advanced to the championship pool. finishing 7th overall. Congratulations to Skip, Kirk Myers, 3rd, Kevin Marsh, 2nd, Daniel Marsh, lead, Dallin Myers, and coach, Lyle Myers. For the 2019 Wheelchair National Championships in Quebec this past March, Saskatchewan was able to send 2 representatives, both hailing from the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Centre. Saskatchewan number 2, consisting of skip Donna Ackerman, 3rd Ellis Tull, 2nd Rodney Peterson, lead Cheryl Peterson, and coach Lloyd Teeley, finished the round-robin pool play at a very respectable 3-3 for a first-year team. Saskatchewan number 1, skipped by defending champs Marie Wright, 3rd Gil Dash, 2nd Darwin Bender, lead Moose Gibson, and coach Lorraine Arguin, finished at 4-2 before losing a tight battle to Manitoba, but rebounding to defeat Ontario to secure a 5th place finish. Congratulations to all participants. Our CURLSASK Junior Men's Provincial Championship saw a dominating performance start to finish by Team Ryland Kleider from the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon. Team Kleider ended in style with a convincing 13-4 victory over Team Cam, also from the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon. Completing a three-peat only accomplished once before by Randy Bryden from 1987 to 89, Team Ryland Kleider represented Saskatchewan at the New Holland Canadian Junior Championships in Prince Albert, where they continued to excite the home province fans throughout the week, finishing championship pool play in 2nd with an 8-2 record. Team Sask finished the week on the podium with a bronze medal. Our province was represented by skip Ryland Kleider, 3rd Trevor Johnson, 2nd Josh Mattern, lead Matthew Taillon, and coach Dean Kleider. It was another epic final in this year's Viterra Scotties Women's Provincial Championship, which saw Team Sherry Anderson battling Team Robin Silvernagel for a 2nd consecutive season. This time around, it was the team from the Twin Rivers Curling Club in North Battleford on the right side of the inch. Needing a steal of 1 in the 10th end, Team Silvernagel captured their first Viterra Scotties Championship in what was their 3rd consecutive final appearance. With a short turnaround time to the Scotties Tournament of Hearts in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Team Sask continued their great play from the entire season, finishing championship pool play in 2nd place with an 8-3 record and thrilling Saskatchewan fans with a bronze medal at the team's first national championship. Congratulations, skip Robin Silvernagel, 3rd Stephanie Lawton, 2nd Jessie Hunkin, lead Cara Tevino, and coach Leslie McEwen. The CURLSASK Masters Men's Provincial saw a closely contested round robin that included tiebreakers in both pools. Team Height from the Kerrobert Curling Club and Team Bereniski from the Tisdale Curling Club would play in the 1v1 page playoff game. It was a back-and-forth game won by Team Height. Team Teeley of the Regina Highland Curling Club survived a string of sudden death games to reach the final before falling to Team Height 6-3. The runner-up finish for Team Teeley earned them the host spot at the College Clean Restoration Canadian Master Curling Championships in Saskatoon, where they would finish play with a 5-4 record short of the playoffs. Team Height had a tremendous week, finishing the round robin at 9-1 in 2nd place overall. Randy Graham was unable to play in the national championship, and the team was lucky to pick up Jim Wilson as his replacement. After the semi-final loss to Al Hackner of Northern Ontario, Team Height would rebound to win a bronze medal with a convincing 9-3 win over Team BC. Congratulations to skip Brad Height, 3rd Terry Marteniuk, 2nd Randy Graham, lead Dan Ormsby, and replacement player Jim Wilson. Team Sirota and Team Arguin topped the pools in the round-robin portion of the CURLSASK Masters Women's Provincial Championships, and in the 1v1 game it was Team Arguin from the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Centre prevailing by a score of 6-4 and advancing to the final. Team Sirota would rebound in the semi against Team Kopach of the Granite Curling Club in Saskatoon by a score of 8-6, which set up a rematch between Team Arguin and Team Sirota in the final. This time it was Team Sirota of the Wadena Remax Curling Club coming out on top with an 8-3 victory for the provincial title. At the College Clean Restoration Canadian Masters Curling Championships in Saskatoon, the women's Saskatchewan team capped a perfect 11-0 performance for the week with an 8-7 win over BC in the final game. The final was not a slam dunk, however, as Team Sirota was trailing BC 7-5 when they made their final shot for 3 and claimed the national title. This was Team Sirota's third medal at a national level. Congratulations on an incredible season to skip Dolores Sirota, third Beverly Krasowski, second June Campbell, and lead Sylvia Broad from the Wadena Remax Curling Club. It was a tightly packed leaderboard when the dust settled following the round-robin play of the CURLSASK Senior Men's Provincial Championship. Team Cordy of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon led the way with a 6-1 record, having been defeated only by the second-place team, Team Humble, from the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon. Team Daryl Williamson from the Langenberg Curling Club rounded out the playoff teams with a 5-2 record. In a final game of single points, Team Cordy used their last rock to down Team Humble 4-3 and become the Senior Men's Provincial Champions. At the National Championships in Chilliwack, BC, Team Sask was top of the field, going a perfect 10-0 in round robin, and finished even stronger with 2 convincing playoff wins, crushing Team Manitoba 5-1 in the semi and defeating defending champions Team Ontario 8-4 in the final. Team Canada will battle the world at the 2020 World Men's Senior Championships in Kelowna, BC. Congratulations, good luck, and good curling to skip Bruce Cordy, third Daryl McKee, second Corey Kohutch, and lead Rory Golanowski of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon. The CURLSASK Women's Senior Provincial Championship was a field loaded with former champions Lorraine Arguin, Kathy Inglis, Dolores Sirota, and 3-time defending champion Sherry Anderson. In the semi-final, Team Anderson earned their ticket to the final with a 5-3 win over Team Inglis. Meeting Team Anderson in the final was Team Sirota. Finding themselves down to Team Sirota 4-1 at the halfway point, Team Anderson clawed their way back and scored 3 points in the 8th end to win. At the 2019 Everest Canadian Senior Championships, Team Sask finished the round robin in second with a 7-3 record. Playing Team Alberta in the semi-final, they got down 4-2 after 5 ends, but again found a way by scoring 1 in the 6th, stealing 2 in the 7th, and another in the 8th for a 6-4 victory, setting up a date with Sherry Madaw's Ontario team in the final. The final would again test the mental toughness of this team, who gave up 4 in the 3rd and 2 more in the 5th to trail 6-3. Never out of it, they picked up a huge 3 in 6 and steal of 1 in 7, and following a series of tremendous shots by both teams, managed a force of 1 in the 8th end to give our girls the hammer in an extra end. With a delicate downweight hit, Team Sask again became national senior women's champions. They will represent Canada at the 2020 World Women's Senior Championships in Kelowna. Because of their 2018 national title, Team Anderson represented Canada at the 2019 World Senior Championships in Stavanger, Norway this past April. Close games against Sweden's Annette Norberg, as well as the US and Scotland in the semi-final, Team Canada finished with a perfect 9-0 record and defeated Denmark 10-1 in the final, becoming the 2019 World Senior Women's Curling Champions. These ladies are now the 4-time defending provincial champs, 3-time defending Canadian champs, and 2-time defending world champions. Congratulations, Sherry Anderson, Patty Hersikorn, Brenda Gertzen, and lead Anita Silvernagel.